Hello, everyone. Hello. How's everyone out there today? It is Thursday, Friday Junior. I like to say the pre-Friday. Get ready for the real Friday, right? Um, but I was inspired to come on a conversation that was asked of me about resentment, right? So we're going to talk about that today. We'll give time for some people to pop in and check it out. So we'll give some time. So how is everyone today? How is everyone doing today? Pretty good. I hope everyone doing well. Once you come in, I can't see your comment until you like and share the the feed, and then I can see your comment. It pops up on live. So you know, if you want to do a comment, please when you come in, like and share. And if it's your first time, make sure you hit that notification button so you won't miss anything. It'll notify you, right? Hey, Jennifer. She said, "Good morning. Doing great." Jennifer is doing great. Great. Good to see you, Jennifer. Nice Facebook profile pic, looking all in love and all that stuff. That's a beautiful thing, right? So, look, we're talking about resentment today, and resentment, a lot of times people associate resentment towards um, a breakup. It was a bad breakup, whether it was, someone that you love did you wrong, or a spouse, whatever the case is. But it could be also, it could be a job. It could be a job that, did something. And they didn't have to do you like that. And now you're holding resentment towards that job. Well, let's talk about why it's so good to let it go. Let's stack up the whys on it. Why you must let it go. What it does to you, okay? On an energetic level, and then it shows up in a physical form. We're going to talk about that. It's going to make sense. So, don't worry about that. But if you could, Jennifer, and everyone that comes in, could you like and share? And then also, if it's your first time, hit the notification button so you won't miss anything. You won't miss any lives. You get notified. It say, hey, this guy here, Lance, is on. You may want to check him out, right? He's dropping jewels today. So, look, we'll give like a minute for everyone to come in. Now, resentment. First of all, it don't serve you. We know that, but we still hold on to it like it do because we want to get that person back. We want to get even, all right? But we're going to talk about that too. What does it? Why it doesn't serve you? What does it do to you? What does it do to you when you hold resentment? How does it affect you and your loved ones and your life and your goals? That's what we're going to talk about today. So we stack up the whys on why you should let go of resentment, bitterness, unforgiveness, and all the other stuff in between that's associated with that. Why is it a must you let it go? Now, you probably heard of the same old saying, well, it's because that's the right thing to do. But why? Why is the right thing to do? I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. So, why is it that, you should let it go when you're mad? When you're mad. I'm talking about, that mad, that when people, strangers notice that when you walk into the grocery store, you're walking down the aisle and they just look at you like, get out of her way. She's in a bad mood today. Why it doesn't serve you. Anybody know why? Put it down in the comment. Why it doesn't serve you on an energetic level. On an energetic level, why it doesn't serve you. What does it do to you? In the comment section. You have to like it and share it, and then your comments will pop up. It should pop up then. I can be able to see your comment, like I just saw Jennifer, you know, Horton comment. Um, so we're going to cover that if you don't mind today. We're just gonna speak on it a little bit. So this thing about let's just dive into it right now. And everyone else we'll just do a recap. For everyone else that pops in. Because someone may need this today on your Facebook feed too. So it'd be good for you to share this. All right. Someone may be struggling with unforgiveness. I love Nelson Mandela, the great Nelson Mandela, his quote on resentment and unforgiveness. He said, resentment is like drinking poison and hoping that your enemies would die. That's what resentment is like. Drinking poison and hoping that your enemies would die. Yeah. Elisa, hey Elisa, that's my girl. Um, she says it gives you a low vibration. Yeah, it does. It gives you a low vibration. It puts you on a lower level, and then you start vibrating at a lower level. So the only thing you're attracting is the lower things, the lower things. That's why you ever notice that when a person is in resentment, they only attract people that are like that too, that want to hear more of that. They give them their story too. You talk about how this person did you wrong or this job did you wrong or whatever the case is. And then next thing you know, this person add on to it. Let me tell you what happened to me. Same thing happened to me. This person did this to me, and this job let me go for no reason. I showed up to work every day on time, did my job. I did better than the other people was doing, but they let me, they add on to it. What that going to do to get you out of the mud? Huh? Because when you operating in that low vibration, you literally swimming in the mud. You're swimming in the mud. Who wants to swim in mud? You know, you're just swimming in the mud. Some people like it. It's a piggy mentality to always water in the mud. Are you tired of not, are you tired of being in the mud? Is it not time to get out of the mud? You know, think about that. You know, sometimes we get in the mud and we just don't know how to get out. We just don't know how to get out. We don't have enough whys. We just get lost in the sauce, and that's okay. I've been there before too. You get lost in the sauce, and you need someone to just reach down and grab you and say, "Look, you're better than this. You're better than this," and pull you out the mud. So we've been on for like a little bit over 5 minutes. So let's get into it. Why resentment doesn't serve you? Well, first of all, when you're full of resentment, like Nelson Mandela says, you're drinking poison. You're giving yourself poison, and you're hoping that your enemies would die. That's ridiculous. So, in other words, you do ridiculous stuff. You sit there and wish bad on the person. Hmm? Yeah. You ever did that? I wish God would get them. I wish they just die. I wish that they would just, whatever. You wish some bad stuff on them, right? Yep. You ever been there? If you've been there, say, "Yep, I did that before. I did it. I did it." You know what I mean? I know I did it too. I did it before too. So, how do we get out of it? Well, first of the time, you got to know when you're ready to get out. When you're just tired of it, when you get to the point you're just tired. I done exhausted all my hate, all my anger, all my stuff. It's time to go. Okay? But you don't know how to get out. We're going to talk about that too. You know, help, right? You got to know when it's time to just reach out for help instead of being so prideful. Okay. So, what resentment does? Resentment, what it does on an energetic level is infect you. It infects you. It infects you with low vibrational things, just like Elisa said, low vibrational things. That's why you start attracting low vibrational people. You only attract people that talk about the same thing, how they was done wrong, what this person did to them, how their heart ached, how they broke their heart, and all this stuff. And when you get together and form a kumbaya group, birds of a feather flock together and they land in the same destination, right? So how do you get out of it, Lance? Yeah, I know that. I know that. But how do you get out of it? First of all, you got to understand what it's doing to you. So you stack up your whys. What it's doing to you? It's you're reinfecting yourself energetically. You're basically beating the law of vibrational drum of I want more of this. I want more of this. What? Resentment. I want more of resentment. I want more of it by constantly putting your attention on it, constantly talking about it. Yes, it's factual. They did you wrong. Yes, it's factual. You did your job perfectly at work. You did everything right, but they still let you go. No reason at all. They just let you go. Oh, you did everything wonderful in the relationship, but yet still, there we are. The person just, did you wrong. Whatever the case is, they cheated on you, they stole from you, they did whatever the case is, right? Uh, but where you are at is in the now. What you're doing is living in the past. It's a story in this book called the Bible, right? It's the story of Lot and his wife. His wife looked back at what was being taken away from her. The city was being destroyed, right? It was being destroyed, and he told her to keep going forward. He told him a lot to keep going forward. Keep moving forward. Don't look back at what is being destroyed. Some of us always looking back at what's being taken from us. We look back at it, constantly looking back at it. And what you put your attention on, you magnify. Where your attention goes, energy flows. It flows to it. And then you give it life. And you basically telling the universe, God, you're saying, hey, I want more of that stuff I'm putting my attention on and giving my energy to. I want more of that stuff without even thinking. I want more of that stuff. So the universe respond. God respond with a yay and amen. Other words, I agree. Okay, I'll give it to you. That's what you want. I'll give it to you. It's not what you really want, but God don't reason. He don't judge you. So he's like, okay, that's what you want. You want more of that crappy stuff. So now you find yourself in a habitual cycle, in a circle, reinfecting yourself. It's literally taking resentment in a needle form and injecting it back inside of you. I want more of that. I want more of that resentment. I want more of that bitterness. I want more of that. And every day you give yourself a daily dose of it when you're constantly putting your mind on it. And then what really pisses you off is that you see that person living his best life. That person could be struggling too, but on your mind, look at him, just sitting over there smiling, you know. And then you find yourself doing silly stuff because you reinfecting yourself, so you're drawing this law of attraction. You're attracting more of this resentment towards you because you're reinfecting yourself. So you're seeing pieces of that person. I explained this in our private group called the Jog Vlog. It's only $1 a day if you want to join. Just DM me if you want to join. It's called the Jog Vlog, right? And what you do is you see pieces of that person. You bump into that person's sister at the grocery store. You bump into that person's brother at the traffic light. You walk inside of a cafe. There's his cousin right there. Pieces of that person that did you wrong. That company that you're constantly not letting go. Yeah, they did you wrong, but you're not letting it go. You see pieces of it. You see the brand. You see the commercials. You see all different stuff. People that work at that company having on the company logo on their shirt and stuff. You're seeing pieces of it. You're constantly reinfecting yourself. You're in that habitual cycle over and over and over. Is that anyone in this group? If that you, say, yeah, that's me. Go ahead, raise your hand. And for the people that just popping on, you have to like and share in order for me to see your comment. You hit the like button and share it. I really appreciate it. And and drop a comment. I can see your comment then. Okay. All right. So this thing about how do you get out of that residual cycle? Yes, it's factual. You were done wrong. We covered that. It's factual. That person or that job or that company, they done you wrong. It was messed up. We agree with that. That's just, but all of that's the past. You got to stay in the now. Only thing you got is now. 10 minutes from now, you still have now. Okay? But if you're doing like Lot wife in the Bible, Lot wife, she looked at the back, she looked at the past, and she turned into a pillar of salt. Some of us are walking pillar of salt. What are you talking about, Lance? I'm glad you asked. Okay? You're a walking pillar of salt if you're constantly living in the past of what was done wrong to you. What do you mean? See, the writer that wrote that, when it said Lot wife turned into a pillar of salt. See, back then they did not have refrigerators or they did not have freezers or anything to preserve the food, to preserve meat. So what did they do to preserve it so it can last a long time? They put salt on it. They salted the meat so it can preserve it. Salt is a preservative. It preserves things, right? Okay, we all know that. So when she turned back and looked at what she was looking at, she was preserving the past. Lana said, "Hi, family. Hey, Lana, good to see you." So she was preserving the past. She was taking the past and bringing it right there in the present. How many of us, stuff happened to us last year in 2020? Now learn the lessons from it, but don't take away all the venom from it, all that venom. Are you preserving the past by looking back and salting the past and putting it right there into the now? You can still feel that anger inside of you. You turn red and see red and you just go black, just go mean. Everything just red every time you think about it. And it could have happened in 2016. Everything bad wasn't in 2020. 2020 really was a gift when you really look at it. Okay. All right. Look for the beauty in everything. So how do I get out of this cycle? Yes, I get it. Yes, I'm reserving the past. I'm preserving it. I'm preserving the past and I'm bringing it into my now. I constantly do that by constantly thinking about it. Now, okay, let me give you some tools, right? Hey, Will said great subject today, bro. Appreciate it, man. So, and please like and share. Everyone is on that popped on. Please like and share so I can see your comments and stuff. All right. So this is how you get out of that cycle. First of all, you get clear. Clear. Are you ready to be healed? Are you ready to get out? Because some of us say we want to get out, but we don't want to get out. We kind of like, we kind of like talking bad about that person, spreading vicious rumors about that person. We kind of like it, you know. We do. It's sad, but we like waddling in the mud. Some of us kind of like it. So you have to be honest with yourself. I'm ready to get out of this. I've stayed in here long enough to not want to be in this space no more. I have exhausted my hate, my anger, my bitterness, my resentment. I'm tired of reinfecting myself, in other words. I am tired of living this same habitual cycle, being around these same people that constantly bring up the same subject all the time. It's just like mashing play on me. They walk up to you and say, have you heard from such and such? Knowing that you guys, knowing that that person did you wrong and you guys broke up from that years ago, like say last year. You left that person last year. You found out everything, you left that person last year. Or it could have been 2 years ago, 10 years ago. Okay. And then this how they max play on you. They go, have you heard from him? Oh, I bumped into such and such. Knowing that's a trigger for you. And then you go, what did he say? Like that. First of all, you got to get to a point you don't care. You're ready to be healed. I don't care what that person is doing with their life, where they at. I don't wish them bad. I don't wish them well. I just wish them to leave me alone. I just wish independent. I want to be constantly clear of this person consciously. This person don't exist in my world anymore, right? Okay. So, other words, you're letting it go. You're letting it go. Now you got to replace it with something. If not, it's gonna bubble back up. It's just like a weed. You know what I mean? So you have to pull it up all the way up from the root. How do you pull it up from the root? By being sure that I'm done. I'm done with this. Done with it. That's step number one. You're honest with yourself that you're done. Anytime somebody bring it up, look, you cut them off. Look, I don't want to talk about that. I'm done with that. No disrespect to you. I know I'm not angry or mad. I just don't care. That's that person's life now. Or that's their job life. I don't care. What happened, what happened. That's their business. Right? Okay. Number two, now since you know you're ready to get out and you're done, okay, next you replace it. You replace the people that constantly reminding you of that in that low vibration. Stop answering those phone calls. Let them know, look, hey, look, I'm going through this high space. Now you're welcome to come, but there are rules to this. If you're gonna come to this high space with me, because I'm tired of waddling in the mud in this lower vibration, this lower place. Number one, we can't bring up this stuff that happened to us. Why? Because it's not serving us. If it would have served us, we would have been healed from it a long time ago. I'm tired of bringing it up. I have exhausted that. So let's not bring that up. In other words, I'm not putting my attention on the things of the past. I'm not looking back and turning into a pillar of salt and preserving the past and bringing it into my future. Okay. And then next, what you do, and I'm just giving you a brief synopsis of it. If you really want to get out of it, just DM me. I can coach you through it. And we can, you can set a booking of a private session. Okay. But it's just a quick little synopsis, right? And then number three is you replace it. You replace it. What are your goals? What are your dreams? You have to put your attention on something. You have to put your awareness on something. It even says in Philippians 4, think on these things that are good, that are pleasant, that are noteworthy. Now, why would I do that? It sounds good. It makes sense, Lance. But why would I do that? Why would I do that? Well, glad you asked. The reason why you do that because you want to reinfect yourself with something positive to get into that higher vibration. You want to put yourself into a high space. How? By putting my mind on something positive. My goals, my dreams, stuff that I put to the side because I was so busy doing with this person. What do I really want to do with my life? Where do I see myself now? Do I need to lose some weight? Hmm? Do I need to, change up? A lot of times, women, what they do when they usually do something with their hair. That's let you know it's a change. They cut their hair, it means they're cutting someone off, or they if they changing their hair different type of ways every 5 minutes, they're trying to find themselves. They're trying to find themselves. They try this style, they try that style, they try that style. They're trying to find themselves. It's different from the past. They're trying to change from the past, which can be a good thing. You know, don't run from it for the past. Just give it no thought. Let it go. Take your attention and put it on something noteworthy. Noteworthy. That person come past you. One day that person gonna come past you. They did you wrong, and you're gonna notice something different about you. Cause normally when they come past you, I can just kill them, like that, right? But eventually you're gonna get to a point that that person gonna come past you, and you're gonna be like, wow, I don't feel anything. I have no anger in my heart. My mind is not full of hate and resentment. Hmm, it works. I have worked with people, and they DM me back and say, Lance, it works, because I bumped into their mother and their mother, and I was just numb. I would just, it just didn't affect me. I had none resistance, no hate, no anger, nothing. I was just good. And now I'm buying myself ice cream to celebrate. They literally said that. I'm going to buy myself some ice cream to celebrate. I said, go ahead, get your ice cream on, right? So, what you do, how you get to that higher vibrational level, if you need help with that, and if you're struggling to get into that higher space, you're tired of that habitual cycle of that, and I need some tools, you know. You can DM me. We can set a private session, and we can go from there. You know, I have a hell of a success rate on that because we stack up the whys and we stack up the hows. How you get there. This is what you do. Step one, step two, step three. I gave this some brief steps, some I guess you call it broad brushing steps. But it's some details in between. Don't miss the details that are in between step one, step two, step three. And there's some more steps to go along with that. You know. But the thing of it is you don't want to constantly reinfect yourself with something. We're always affecting ourselves with something. Why? Because we're always putting our attention on something. The question is, what is it? Is it positive? Is it negative? Are you constantly putting your attention on, how the world is not fair? Are you constantly seeing unfairness show up in your life in all kind of ways? You know, are you looking at how things are always working out for me? It's it just always works out for me. You put your attention on that, and things just happen to work out for you. You know, you see, you can put your attention on something positive just as well as you can put your attention on something negative. We've been so geared and trained to click the worry button. Oh, I'm worried about this. I'm worried about that. To the point that we own it. We say, I am worried about blah, blah, blah. Instead of putting your attention on, I am happy about blah, blah, blah. Now, some people can say, Lance, get rid of all this, um, positive thinking BS, right? Well, there's a thing called state. All of us lives in a state, whether you believe it or not. You don't have to believe it. That's just the law. That is the universal law. You live in a state. You can be in a state of anger. You can be in a state of joy. You can be in a state of complete peace in the midst of chaos. Some people most peaceful year was 2020. They didn't have to deal with the craziness at work because they was working at home virtually, and it was good. Everything's peaceful. I've been begging for peace for a long time, and it showed up. You know, how many people prior to 2020 that said, God, if I can only have time to think, if I can only have time to be with my family, if I can only have time, and then the world went into a timeout. The world went into a lockdown. It went into a quarantine for a few months. There your time go right there. Did you spend it with your family? Like how you were when you were thinking about it, just fantasizing about how you would do if you had time and be able to work at your job and have time with your family at the same time. So you were working virtually at home in quarantine, the family right there, nobody can go anywhere. Did you make the best of it or you made the worst of it? You sit there in front of the TV and was scared as hell, going, oh, it's getting bad. Look at the numbers like that. When you could have been playing board games with your son, with your daughter, could have had a dance night, could have had each night be a theme. Every night at 7 o'clock, this is what we do. We come together as a family, we play cards, we play a board game, we do some type of game activity. On Thursday night, we always have a dance off. Mom and dad against the kids. You know what I mean? Or the kids partner up with mom and dad and we dance off against each other. Things like that. Could have easily put your mind on something positive and noteworthy. Or did you glue your ass in front of the TV and ate like hell and watch the news tell you and scare you to death? It says, choose here this day, life or death, blessing or curses. Choose life. Did you choose that? Or did you choose, I gotta watch the news? I don't, it's just, I gotta watch it. And you watched it morning, noon, and night, giving yourself a mental diet, morning, noon, and night, when you could have put yourself on something noteworthy. Read that book, get that audible book, and listen to the book, whatever the case is. But you reinfected yourself. But now, when you get back to normal, things get back to a little normal. You're back in traffic, on your way to work, being and out of work, and you're thinking, God, man, I had time and I squandered it. Don't let that be you. This is the best time, the perfect time to let the new you come out, right? So this new year, new you, and I will be happy to serve you with that and serve you to not just mediocre level, but to the highest level, you know, if you want it. So the question is, are you tired of swimming in the mud? Or is it ready to come out? Okay. Are you tired of preserving the past, like Lot wife, turning into a pillar of salt every time you look at a person? You think about this person, you turn to a pillar of salt. You think about how they done you wrong, and you wonder why you can't be inside a loving, passionate relationship. You're not attracting it. You're not a vibrational match. Even though you're a beautiful person, you're just letting the past reinfect you. Hmm. Okay. So, guys, I would love to see your comments. If you could, if you just popped in, like and share it and hit that notification button, so you can be notified next time I come on. Now I will be doing more of these, probably twice a day. So guys, if you want to join our private group, it's only $1 a day. It's called the Morning Jog Blog. I will be happy to put in the comment section the link, in case you guys want to, to check it out and want to be a part of it. It's a tight family. Lana Black, she's in it. Lisa Carter, she's in it, and we're winning. Dusty said, "Hi, family." Hugs. So, guys, if you don't mind, could you please share it? And if because this could be for someone that in your family or on your Facebook feed, they like, look, they need help. Let's share this. So like and share this, and I really appreciate it. But I was only going to be on for 30 minutes, and I think I try to make that time possible. So, guys, live life on fire. I mean, live it on fire. You know, you only have this one life. You know, Make it count, regardless of COVID-19 or whatever. You make your life count. Put your attention on what you want so you infect yourself with beautiful, wonderful things. And people just look at you and say, "How it's working out?" Well, because I put my attention on this. And then I did some other tools. In other words, I joined the jog blog. Or, I hired this guy named Lance. You know, I booked him for a private session and it opened my mind to everything. He even used the Bible and showed me how to do it. You know what I mean? Okay. So, guys, we'll see you later on today. All right. This evening. Guys, have a beautiful day. Live life on fire. Lana, we'll see you later on today too. Probably I may be on with Laura sometime too. We've talked about doing it again since we had a good response. And Elisa, I see you guys later. And guys, have a beautiful day. Okay, live life on fire. Okay, live it. Stop living the same old life. You don't like it, change it. You can change it. You have the power to change it. Stop playing victim. Okay. All right. Have a good day. All right. Bye-bye. Bye.